my name is Briguglio, and my presentation today is on the organization New Pathways for Youth. This organization is located locally in Phoenix, Arizona, and their objective / mission is to help at-risk youth by providing them with a mentor who can help them reach their full potential academically, emotionally. They teach them life skills. Again, they can help them in academics and just handle any tough situations they may have at home as well. So one of their beliefs is that there are no bad kids, there's just kids who make bad decisions. So they believe that by providing them with a mentor, they will be able to help those kids make the right decisions and make the right choices, and therefore be successful in life. So who do they serve specifically? They predominantly serve youth in the central Phoenix area. It's known as the Garfield neighborhood. These youth are ages 12 through 21 years old. But they do also help other youth around Phoenix who are in low-income areas. But again, these are areas where crime is high, poverty is high. For example, 355 crimes per square mile in these neighborhoods compared to the national average, which is 39.6 crimes per square mile. So, and in other stats that surround these youth in this environment, 9 out of 10 are living in extreme poverty, so their annual household income for a family of 4 is below $24,000. 2 of 10 have lived in a homeless shelter at some time. 4 out of the 10 do not see a future for themselves. 8 out of the 10 live in a home that has family violence, abuse, or other negative things that take place on a regular basis. 6 out of 10 have parents or caregivers who, use drugs, abuse alcohol, or are engaged in criminal activity. 4 out of 10 are likely to drop out of high school, and 7 out of 10, if they do go to college, will be first-generation college students. So how do they get their funding? All of it is through donation. A lot of it is through individual donation. So these are through things such as tax credits. Married couples can do up to $800 and individuals can do up to $400. This is a tax write-off, so they're just deciding where their taxes go to. They also partner with business donors, so for organizations such as Bank of America and their charitable foundation, Arizona Roofing Contractors Association, Cox Communications and their charity department, Phoenix Suns Charities, Toyota Motor Credit Corporation, and then many, many more. The list was very long of businesses they work with, but that was just some examples. They also get community grants, so when there's extra funds amongst the community, those sometimes get allocated towards New Pathways for Youth. So in regards to positive and negative outcomes, obviously their website did not list, very many negative outcomes, but for positive outcomes, in the 28 years that this organization has been running, they have helped over 6,500 youth. So obviously that's, a great number of people they've impacted in a positive manner. More specifically, they share the story of Nacho. So he had a 1.2 GPA before he got connected with New Pathways for Youth. But once he received his mentor, he did really well in school. He got involved in sports. He graduated in 2016 with a 4.2 GPA. He received a scholarship to Notre Dame for academics as well as track, and both combined, he got himself a full ride. He also joined the National Guard Army Reserves. He finished boot camp in 2017, and then I think the summer of 2017, and then he started college in the fall. So he is doing well in college now. He is actively serving his country as well, and just doing really good overall. So information, most of the information I gathered was from their website. I did look up other sources as well, but most of it was from their online website. And the conclusions I made from researching this organization is that sometimes all a youth needs is a positive, supportive adult in their life, and they really can be successful. So sometimes people think, it's the youth specifically and that, they just can't be helped. But after reading, this website and learning about them is that if they just have a little bit of guidance, they usually can go really far in a really positive direction. So my reform suggestions for this organization, the mentors do have to go through a training program where they get taught on how to tutor them academically, as well as how to help them emotionally. They go through background checks and things of that nature. But I recommend that one thing they do is to try and match the youth with a mentor who can relate to something specifically that the youth has been through. So when I was researching another organization, they try to match the mentor and the mentee with people who have been through similar circumstances. So if someone, grew up in a family of abuse, but then went on to be successful, the program would try to match them with a mentee who was, maybe in an abusive household who was trying to be successful. So something on a deeper level. Sometimes they do it based on race. Sometimes people are more comfortable. An African-American mentor may be able to help an African-American mentee. They can relate culturally on a different level than maybe a Caucasian mentor and an African-American mentee. So trying to do something that, matches them a little bit closer on a deeper level may be beneficial. So in regards to the articles that I researched, to kind of support this, the first one is titled Youth Perspectives in the Relationships with Staff in Juvenile Correctional Settings and Perceived Likelihood of Success Upon Release. This was by authors Marsh and Evans. Basically, they found that those juveniles who had a balanced relationship with adult staff in the correctional facilities were more likely to be successful and have positive social networks and are less likely to have substance abuse or reoffending issues once they got released. A quote from this article, the balanced relationship was that from the perspective of the youth, his or her relationship with the nominated staff marked high levels of, trust and positive effect and things of that nature. So overall, if they had a good relationship with the staff, they were less likely to, get involved in delinquent activity after they left. And then this kind of demonstrates that the youth who have a positive adult in their life, so in this case, a correctional staff, but in regards to New Pathways for Youth, the mentor, they really can be successful. If they have someone they can trust, someone they can rely on, someone to guide them, they will strive. The second article is called Youth Perceptions of the Police Identifying Trajectories, and it's by Stewart and Morris. So this article focused on community policing, and, similar to when they talk about that, they say that when there's strong community and police relations, that means there's trust present. A quote from this article specifically says the importance of maintaining a positive police image in the eyes of juveniles, as well as studying juveniles' attitudes towards the police, cannot be overstated. So this emphasizing the idea that when, again, the juveniles can trust the police, or they can trust adults, when they have someone who's positive, they will be successful. So one way community policing is improved is through, when the community feels that they have police officers they can relate to. So, a lot of times, again, there'll be, say, a Mexican police officer, and if he's serving a neighborhood that is predominantly filled with Mexican families, then sometimes they are more apt to trust him than, say, a Caucasian police officer. So that kind of links directly towards my reform suggestion, that if they can find, mentors who are similar to the youth and can relate to them on that deep level, then they will more likely to, be more receptive to the help they're receiving, similar to how communities are with police officers and kind of the community policing model. And then in regards to tech support, so just, relating to the concepts we've learned in this course, I kind of focused on the theories that we have studied that explain juvenile delinquency. So one of the theories is known as the social bond theory. This theory argues that children who have strong bonds to society, so strong family, are involved in school, are involved in athletics, are involved in some type of club, are more likely to be law-abiding. However, those youth with weak bonds to society are more likely to exhibit delinquent behavior. So if the youth have a positive mentor in their life that can help them develop stronger bonds to society, then they will most likely exhibit pro-social behavior. Usually these bonds are developed through youth, through their parents, but again, a lot of their parents are not around, so maybe this mentor can fill that role and help them develop a strong bond to the rest of society. So, this just kind of supports the idea of the program that if they have someone and they can develop those strong bonds, then according to the social bond theory, they will become productive members of society and they will exhibit pro-social behavior. So that's really all I have for you. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned some about New Pathways for Youth.